And now, time for the next part in the Tales from the Landlord series. Today, we're going to talk about inspections. Nobody likes inspections. You've gone to all the trouble to find a rental property and get the financing for the rental property and buy the rental property and fix it up to what you think is a good level of fixing up. But there's more that has to happen, and that is the inspections. Now, if you're just renting here in my area, at least, if you're just going to rent out the property for cash, you just need one occupancy inspection from the local municipality because the property changed hands. They see it, okay, it's good, they'll leave you alone after that. But if you're going to rent it out Section 8, every time a new person comes to the property, they want to come back and inspect it again. And Section 8 is a little tougher on their inspections. A lot of stuff in inspections is not that bad. Just basic safety things. If it's there, it has to work. All the light bulbs have to work. The furnace has to work. A ceiling fan has to work properly. If there's a screen door, you can't have big rips and tears in the screens. You know, when the windows open, if a window opens up, it has to stay up on its own. It can't just fall right back down. They say, oh, well, that's for fire safety. What if someone opens the window and then it falls down while they're trying to get out? Well, if they want to get out that window bad enough, they'll figure it out. If not, then hey, survival of the fittest. But anyhow, inspectors. I've met some inspectors that were good and some that were a little tougher. I think that inspectors are the ones who were the kids who got shoved in the lockers in high school, and they're in there and door, bam, bam, bam. I'll show you. I'll get out, and I'm going to be an inspector, and I'm going to inspect your rental property and make things hard for you. That's kind of the general mindset of inspectors, I think. I don't know. Some are better than others. I've seen good and bad. But anyhow, some of the rules inspectors on Section 8 come up with, I'm sure there was a valid reason for it at some point, but sometimes it just gets to be really annoying. For example, any power outlets that are within 6 feet of a source of water have to be a GFCI outlet with the little buttons in them that trip off when it gets a short in it. Okay, fine. But sometimes they take it too far. And I have some photos here for you. Let me turn the camera around and I'll try to hold the camera still because I'm improvising on this. Okay, here is one that I had a problem with. Now, I understand water getting on the floor or on the wall where there's a power outlet, but here is a light socket on the ceiling, and it's a type that has a power outlet built into it. Okay, well, somehow they think water might splash up to the water, the light socket, and continue splashing upwards into the power outlet there. Oh, I suppose in some extreme circumstance, maybe that could happen, but what are the chances, So that's one thing. I had to take this new light socket out and put one in that didn't have the power outlet in the side of it. That was one thing a Section 8 inspector had me do. Let me click. I have a few more photos for you. Now, this one was a real headache for me. What you can't see in the photo to the left is a wall and a bedroom. And this was going to be a 2-bedroom apartment. But Section 8 requires you to have a living room in the apartment. It can't just be a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom. There has to be a living room somewhere for whatever reason. So, well, wherever you are, whatever room you are in, that is the room you are living in. No. There has to be a separate living room. So anyhow, we have a bedroom to the left over there. And according to Section 8, and this is going to be a bedroom too. But no, this, as it is right now, this is not a bedroom. This is the living room. Why? This is the living room. No, not to the Section 8 inspector. A living room is required to have a window in it. Yeah, well, there's no window in this room. Okay, well, any reasonable person could look through this open doorway and see that window. There's your window. No, not for Section 8. The window has to be in the room. That bedroom has its window and its heat source and its light. It's good. This room has a source of heating ducts and light, but it doesn't have a window. So this living room is not a living room according to Section 8. So here's what we had to do. I had to spend a few $100s and put a window in the living room. Now, just because there's a window here now, all of a sudden, this is now a living room, that is now a bedroom, and the whole apartment is now a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom. And here's one more photo of the, $300 or so to put that window in there to make the living room a living room. Section 8 logic, government, interference, of course. Whenever you let government get into something, they're gonna, find a way to make it more complicated. Now here is one, I didn't have a real big problem with this. A handrail on a porch. Some of the wood had been broken off of the handrail, so I had to change this piece of wood. All right, not that big of a deal. I went and I got a piece of 1x6, cut it to fit, screwed it in place, took off the old piece of wood, and now that is replaced, and now it's done. And here's another Section 8 rule that makes no sense to me. This is a power switch in a basement that runs power to the furnace. Okay? No problem, right? It's obviously been there for a long time, right? No, not according to Section 8. You see how it has hinges? You see how this front cover can open? We can't have that for Section 8. This does not pass Section 8 inspection. You know what does pass Section 8 inspection? You have to zip tie it shut. Yes, this is what they told me. This passes. Now, how hard is it to cut a zip tie and stick your fingers in there? I don't know, but, well, I do know it's easy. But this, according to Section 8, is a pass. Oh, boy. And let's see. I think I have one more photo for you here. Yeah. I was at Lowe's. I'll try to keep his face out of it. I was at Lowe's, and the guy in front of me is wearing his pants down below his butt like this. I don't know how that's comfortable or how his pants stay up. I was looking at him. I was looking at the cashier. She's looking at me like, yeah, I know. Oh, wow. Okay, that's all the photos here. Let me turn the camera back around. I have it sitting on a cardboard box here to make it the right height. Anyhow, that is my brief review for you on inspections and what has to be done for them. Most of the rules I don't have a problem with, obvious things, one of the other Section 8 rules, a bedroom does not have to have a door or a lock on its door if it even did have a door. A bathroom has to have a door with a lock. But bedrooms, as you can see in my other photos there, a bedroom door can be wide open. You could put a curtain across it. You could put nothing across it. It's a bedroom as far as Section 8 is concerned. So after you've been in a few places and seen a few things, you get used to it. You know what to expect. You're building the house for the lowest common denominator, the really stupid people who could stand still and somehow fall down and get hurt because they're too stupid to think what to do properly. But that's just part of the whole rental property business. If you take a little bit of time, you look around a place, you see, okay, change this, fix that, remove that, whatever, then it's not that big of a deal anymore. But when you're doing your first few houses and doing your first few inspections, and they tell you something that just seems completely insane, like, what? I gotta have a window in the room for it to be a living room. Well, what about this wide open door? What about that wide open doorway? They could find a way out if they really wanted to if there was a fire. Oh, no, it has to have a window. Yeah, okay, whatever. So they're going to climb out the window and fall down 10 feet to the sidewalk below it. Well, it has to have a window. Okay, whatever. So inspectors and inspections, they can be a real headache, and it can cost you a lot of money. But these are things to think about when you're going to buy, looking at properties to buy, thinking ahead. What am I going to have to do to clean this place and fix this place and do all the little things that are going to make the inspector happy? Live and learn. And that's all for this episode.